Rolling.
Hi, welcome to Cage of Dreams. I'm Shannon. We're here today in Leesburg at Carl's Fitness Studio with Daniel Maggette, and we are doing the live brand exposure event for Bio, Believe in One. Daniel, why don't you tell us a little bit about what we're doing here today?
Just getting some exposure for the brand, Believe in One, acronym for Bio. It's a motivational brand I started, an athletic brand. Got Darrell Young here, got Robert Henson here, Bill Jackson, Carlos Buford. The team is in the house. I mean, this is a tool we're going to use for things down the road to show the strength of the brand, show the message of the brand, bring Redskin fans involved and see their favorite players. Just a way to get the brand out there. We had to start from somewhere. As you see on my shirt, everything starts from something. We started this thing from the bottom, so we eventually need to be on the top. So here we come.
Great. Well, we've got some, like you mentioned, we've got some great guests. We're going to get started with that in just a minute. We'll see you then.
Yeah, you did do that one.
All right.
You got to grow up those.
Hi, welcome back to Cage of Dreams. We're here at the Bio event with our first guest. We've got Darrell Young from the Redskins. Thank you for coming out, being a part of this great event. Yeah.
Thank you for having me. When Daniel first came to me about this event, I said, hey, it's an opportunity to go out there and build your brand, but I'm in a situation right now where I can help you. And he told me a little bit about his story, and I said, hey, let's go out there and let's market this thing. Not about the money, not about anything, but people need to hear the story. There's so many stories that go unheard of about players. I mean, you go around the world, you talk about athletes, you talk about successful business people. I had a chance to sit down with the Washington Wizards owner, Roger Modi, not Ted. He's a minority owner, and I listened to his story. He dropped out of school 8th grade, now this guy's a millionaire. So you look at things, success stories and how things come about and the people you meet. So this story needs to go out there, and this brand, it's not about the money, it's not about getting athletes involved, it's about something, sharing your dream to impact other people's lives, and that's what I do on a daily basis, so I can help him.
That's great. It's inspirational. It's what the brand is all about. Well, I've got just a couple of questions for you.
Okay.
When you look at things, what is it that you do?
We can edit this.
Yes, he can edit it out. Tony does wonders. What did you do? Tell me a little bit about what you did during the off season.
This off season was actually great. I do a lot of things with the military around the country. I actually traveled to Africa this off season. I did a safari, but the best part of the trip is I went to visit troops over in Djibouti. Seeing a couple different things, different lifestyle, how they're living over there. I mean, cubicles are not cubicles over there. It's very hot. I mean, it's January. Technically, beginning of February, I went to watch the Super Bowl with those guys, and it was 85 degrees in February. So I said, first of all, I loved it, but at the same time, I didn't really pack for it. I did look at the weather, but you don't really pack that stuff. But visiting the troops is something that I do on a daily basis. My brother's in the military. He's been in there for 16 years. He's actually stationed over in Fort Hood, Texas, where the shooting was. So he is okay. Thank you for asking. But at the end of the day, military is something that is important to this country because guys are going out there putting their lives on the line, and women as well, excuse me. Just basically out there supporting what we're trying to do as a society. And you look at what we do on a daily basis. I'm running 100 yards. I'm not doing anything that anyone in here can't do. I'm just living my dream. I'm 27 years old. I mean, people wake up on Sundays and love what they do. Honestly, at the end of the day, that's why I do trips like that. I've been to El Salvador, Honduras. I've traveled to Japan to see troops. Next year, I'm hopefully going to Italy. But that was the exciting part of the trip. Then I did a week-long safari. I trekked through the jungle.
Wow.
With gorillas. I was 20 feet from silverback gorillas. Best thing I've ever done in my life. Fed lions, fed giraffes, hugged an elephant. I have pictures, no one believes, but I have pictures of all of it. But just looking back at that, I mean, that's the fun things in life, and that's what brings me here today. I'm just happy.
That's awesome. That would be really neat. I'd love to see some of those pictures. Feeding an elephant.
That's the best thing in the world. His name was Charles.
His name was Charles? Well, tell me, with the addition of the new players, how do you feel that this season will it be better than last season?
I think, looking back at last season with 3-13, no one wants to remember that. But at the end of the day, it is what it is. It's history. It's in the books. We can live with that. It is what it is. Like you said, it's a new start for everyone. Not that Shannon did a bad job. We did win the NFC East under him. But it's just a little different for everyone. Maybe the stress that what's going on in the media. Maybe we don't have those outside influences. I already hear them talking about Robert Griffin and Kirk Cousins. They have nothing else to talk about, so controversy is going to be, they got to find something. So, okay, fine. There's competition there. We both know they're great quarterbacks. You got Colt McCoy. I even heard Alfred talk about, the running back they drafted for Maryland. One of the analysts said, hey, Baylor, that could be a connection. Alfred said, hey, it's gonna be a tough job if he tries to come take mine. Not saying he won't. And I thought he answered that so good. And I was proud of him, told him about it. But that just looking on that season, we've already grown up so much, and Alfred's going into his 3rd year. But you add a guy like Deshaun, you bring back Trent, you add Andre Roberts, you get a veteran like Santana back. You got all these guys to basically do what you need to do. Now we need to just gel. It's not about the talent. It's never been about the talent. The Redskins have been the best team, in the NFL on paper every year. The Cowboys supposed to win. It doesn't matter about that. You just go out there, you play, you line up on Sundays, Thursdays, Mondays, whatever it is. Go play, be the best you can be.
Well, I've got a really serious question for you. I want you to think hard about this. If you were to arm wrestle Carnage, who do you think would win?
Carnage, you ain't got no chance. You don't have a chance. Don't play, you don't have a chance.
You hear that? You hear that, Carnage?
Wrestling's fake.
oh, you're going to call him out like that. Okay, well, one more for you. If you were to do Dancing with the Stars, how do you think you would do?
Honestly, I think I would do okay just because of the personality I have. I think I'm an outgoing person. I think I have a lot of fun with the things I do. I look at a guy like Jacoby. I don't know him personally, but the smiles and guys like Hines, just the excitement they have on the show. It's not even about the ratings. It's not about getting more followers on Twitter. It's not about that. You go out there and have fun. If they asked me to do it, I would perform to the best of my ability. But that's every day in life. So I think I'd be a good competitor on it. I can't say I will win, but you see me do the wild one, I'm all right at that.
So how much would you have to be taught? Do you actually know the steps to some of these dances?
No, I don't know any steps. Honestly, I've never choreographed or did anything like that. Never been around anything like that. I watch Honey. That's about it. I've never done anything, in terms of, anything being scripted, someone being taught, someone teaching me.
What is your favorite reality show?
Favorite reality show? I'm honestly not a big reality guy. I did like Flavor of Love when that was around, though. It's a pretty good one.
Really? I'm not familiar with that one.
Flavor Flav. Do you know Flavor Flav?
Oh, that sounds familiar.
Okay.
We'll just stick with that.
Okay.
Okay, if you could catch a pass from any quarterback in history, who would that be?
I'd say the 3 that are on my roster right now, because that's who I play for. I play with the Washington Redskins. I don't want to be, part of anything that, basically I can't say, go back and say I want to be part of Joe Namath. I'm enjoying what I'm doing now. Robert Kirk and Colt, those guys are great guys. I've caught passes from Rex Grossman. I've caught something Donovan. Honestly, anyone they line up from, that's what I'm going to go out there and, catch the ball from. That doesn't matter to me. That doesn't affect anything that I do on a daily basis. But, I probably have to say the 3 on my roster right now.
Great. Well, Darrell, thank you so much for coming out. I really appreciate it. It's been great talking to you. You are just really helping out. Great part of this great event. And a great brand.
Thank you for having me, Carnage. I'll be on your show soon sometime, maybe June 2nd, Green Turtle.
All right. We'll be right back with our next guest. Hi, welcome back to Cage of Dreams. I'm Shannon Scott, and I'm here with our next guest. We've got Christian Boo Jackson here with us, a professional NBA player, professional basketball player.
I wish.
All right, hang on. Yeah.
That's what edits are
I
for.
knew as soon as it came out.
Speaking into existence. There you go. There you go.
All right.
Be excited. It's okay. It's your show.
No, it's not. It's my moment.
Carnage isn't here.
It's my moment.
It's definitely your moment.
Hi, we're back here at Cage of Dreams.
Dirk, you want to sit in?
And we got our guest host, or like,
Oh yeah, he turned all the way up.
Next segment.
All right.
Boy, you can do it.
All right. Hi, welcome back to Cage of Dreams. I'm Shannon Scott, and we're here with our next guest. We've got Christian Boo Jackson, professional basketball player.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah, absolutely great to have you. It's a wonderful event.
Yes.
How have you liked being a part of Bio?
I appreciate being a part of Bio. It's actually the great thing that Daniel has going on.
Like DY said, it's not about the money. I'm just here to do whatever I can from an exposure standpoint, just getting the brand out there. I work with kids of all ages on a daily basis, and they always ask me, Mr. Christian, what is bio? And I tell them it's really whatever you believe in. Just to basically go out there and to give it all each and every day, and go out there and chase your dreams, and just try to do more bad than you do good. I'm sorry, do more good than you do bad. That's the message that I always tell my kids. So, it's an exciting thing, and I'm looking forward to it in the near future.
Yeah, well, you're going to be a part of an upcoming event, right?
Yes, that's the bio basketball tournament that's coming up, so June 14th in Front Royal. Yes.
Okay. Yeah, there's you can get more details about that if you go online at ibelieveinone.com. But now, tell me a little bit, since you were on Cage of Dreams last, have things been going?
Things been going great. I went to China most recently to work out with the team there in Zhuzhou. It's called Jiangsu Guo League, and I'll be going back there in May to play with the team. Free draft workouts and everything went well, so I'm excited about that. But coming up in July, I'll be out in Vegas for the NBA Summer League, and hopefully I'll be playing with the Clippers or the Pelicans. I got a chance to sit down and talk with their GMs, general managers, so they're excited about that, and I'm excited as well.
That is exciting. That's great. Any predictions for who's going to be the NBA champions for 2014?
I'm picking the Miami Heat. I hate this hard for me to say because I play pro basketball. It's hard to kind of say that I have a fan, but LeBron James, Dwayne Wade, and Chris Bosh, what those guys have going on in Miami is special. Anytime you get an opportunity to play with other superstars and things like that, it's major. You have a chance to do a lot of things, what they showed in the past 2 seasons. So to have an opportunity to three-peat this year, that's a wonderful thing. So I'm gonna go with the defending champions.
Okay, so if I were to guess, I think I might know the answer to this one, but if you could play with any NBA player, past or present, who would that be?
LeBron James. They say he's the best in the world. He's the best at what he do, and I just happen to be in the same line of work as him. So I would want to play against LeBron James. He's the best. I've always been told in order to be the best, you have to be the best. So that's who I would like to play against.
Awesome. Well, thanks so much for coming out today. It was
Thank
great
you.
being here,
Thank you so
and
much.
we'll be back soon with our next guest.
No, MJ, man, I don't know. We're rolling.
I can't work like this.
Wow.
Hi, welcome back to Cage of Dreams. We're here at the bio branding event with our next guest. We've got Robert Henson with us. Thanks for coming out.
Appreciate it. Appreciate Daniel giving me the invite and giving me a voice at his event. So.
Yeah. Well, how have you enjoyed working with? I'm just throwing words in your mouth right there. How has it been working with bio?
It's been a whirlwind, man. It's been last summer I did the very first basketball tournament that Daniel put together. It was a great event. We had a great turnout. Media coverage was great, and the most important thing is all the proceeds went to something, a charity that would, it benefited someone else. So that's been the great thing about working with Daniel is he's not thinking of himself. He's always thinking of someone else and how to help someone else.
That's excellent. Now, speaking of charities, what charities, if any, have you worked with in the past or recently?
Well, the International Association of Firefighters. I lost my brother to a house fire, so it was very close. It was something very close to my heart to, be able to talk to people and affect other people's lives who have been affected by house fires, whether they were burn victims or whatever the case may be. So they would come out to the stadium. Darrell Young, one of my great friends, he was key in the whole thing and helping me facilitate it. And they would come out to the stadium. We would give them a tour of the stadium, the locker room, and just basically spend time with them, get to know them as human beings. I mean, so many times we look at people and we may see scars or burns on their face, and you may wonder how they got there, and you might just find yourself staring at them, but you don't really take the time to get to know the person or their story. So that was very key for me, is to get to know people who have been affected by house fires, and it helps me share my story as well, and it helps me grieve my brother and celebrate his life.
That's something that's near and dear to my heart. Let's on to some different subjects here. Excuse me. What is your favorite from childhood? Let's go back a little bit. What was your favorite NFL player growing up?
I grew up watching Ray Lewis and Brian Urlacher and I was just all over the place as far as watching talent. I never really had a favorite team. Just watching talent like Michael Irvin and those guys, the Cowboys in the '90s, the 49ers in the '90s, but Ray Allen and Brian Urlacher, and watched a little bit of Mike back in the day, Mike Singletary, whatever. Really inspired me to want to play the position of middle linebacker. So just the physicality, the knowledge, being able to communicate effectively, and you basically the quarterback of the defense. It's one of the most important positions in the NFL on the defensive side of the ball. So I wanted that responsibility at an early age, and I wanted that excitement. Plus, you get to dish out some punishment to some people. So.
Well, it's come a little more current. How do you think, or do you think Michael Sams is going to be a starter in the 2014 season?
I don't think he would start this year. It's very rare that a 7th round draft pick would come in and start. I was chosen in the 6th round, and I knew it immediately that I was basically fighting for a roster spot. And so I just came in with my head down, quiet, and just wanted to play special teams. And if he takes that approach this year, and you never know how injuries go, or the season may go. Some guy may get banged up, one of the starters. He may be there, and take care of business. So he might end up starting by the end of the season. You never know.
Kind of random question. Do you have any unique talents?
I would say I'm a good dancer, but I'm not going to list that as a talent. I can play video games for a very long time.
For a very long time. Exactly how long can you play video games?
4 to 6 hours, something like that. Call of Duty. Anybody want to see me in Call of Duty? Let me know. Madden. I'm the champ.
I don't know that can be considered a talent.
That's a talent. It takes skill to look at a screen for 4 to 6 hours.
Yeah. Okay.
It takes skill.
Next time I see you, you'll be wearing glasses.
That's all I'm saying.
Well, thanks for coming out. It's been great. Appreciate you spending time with us. We'll be right back with the whole group after this. Hi, welcome back to Cage of Dreams. I'm Shannon, and we're here with another guest. We're here with Carlos Buford. Carlos, thanks for coming.
Oh, thank you for having me.
Absolutely. Carlos, tell me, what has your role been with the bio?
Well, my role has been pretty much on the music side. And I'm very grateful that Danny has allowed me to share my influences as well as, mutual interchange as well. We initially met on music, about music, talking about certain artists, and our relationship grew initially from that. We share a lot of common interests, and when Bio came up, when he told me about the brand and its infantile stage, I plugged into it. I believed it. It made all the world of sense. And from that, I told him I'm like his biggest cheerleader without the cheerleader uniform. So I'm definitely a firm believer, and I'm glad to be, as close as a confidant, supporter of him.
Nice.
Hopefully he understands and appreciates that.
Nice. How has bio affected your music?
Well, only thing that bio pretty much did was just it allowed a label to be put on it, because the concept of bio has always been there. Musically, I will look at my influences or my contemporaries and see, like, man, they can do it. What makes me so different? I've always loved music, all forms. And once I realized that, I'd say I'm a pretty talented guy. I've been writing since the age of 7. I've always been around music. My father's son, my mother's son. And I'm not a great singer, but mine happened to be with poetry and then eventually recording hip-hop primarily. So it's a proof is in the pudding.
What artist would you say gave you the most inspiration growing up?
If I were to single it to one person, I'd say as a total artist, I'd say Tupac Shakur, but I can't just limit it at that. Michael Jackson. Prince is one of my favorite artists of all time.
The artist formerly known as Prince.
Oh, it's
He
Prince.
has a name now.
It's Prince. It's Prince again. Okay.
Prince again. Okay.
That's, all right.
That's so
It's
confusing.
Prince, old school R&B groups, soul groups, Temptations, Dells, anything that has feeling, anything that has soul, anything that conveys a message that can change your mood, the way you think and the way you feel, I drew inspiration from. So I have a variety of influences, but yeah, definitely Tupac, Bob Marley as well.
And Bob Marley.
Of course.
So, can you give us maybe a Cage of Dreams exclusive, a little sneak peek of your music?
You'll put me on the spot.
Yeah, absolutely. It's what I do best.
Okay. You can tell it's something in the air, something in my stare, including me when nobody cared. Well, I'm well aware, I'm focused and can't nobody turn me. I'm too cool for any of y'all fools here trying to burn me. I've been believing, every rhyme is my reason. Grinding to push a product to change the climate of season. Whether top of the pop charts or where the drama pops off, I'm trying to feed my children way more than just pop tarts and ramen noodles. If you were me, then what would you do? Selling out, my self-respect posted on YouTube. I've been pursuing this human dream, flying all over the world, cruising the blue and green. Clueless as you may seem, victory is my claim. My God made a soldier, so I'ma give him praise. Feeling my spirits raised, raising up from this cage. But when I break out of this, everyone should be afraid.
Wow. I would have been tongue twisted after the first line. That's.
I'm sure you can do it. You probably got some rhymes in you, don't you?
No, not at all. Not at all.
How about this? How about this? We go in the studio, I write a couple bars for you, and I'll let you loose. How that sound?
Oh dear, how many tries do I get?
As many as you want.
Okay,
Matter of fact, we'll make a couple of disc bars against Carnage.
Oh, a competition? I'm all about it.
There you go. Gotcha.
Well, thank you so much. I appreciate it. Glad to have you out here.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
All right, we'll be back with Cage of Dreams.